Hello, dear learners. In today's episode of podcast, I'll give you 3 tips to boost your confidence. When faced with the big challenges where potential failure seems to look at every corner, maybe you have heard this advice before. Be more confident, and most likely this is what you think when you hear it. If only it were that simple. But what is confidence? Take the belief that you are valuable, worthwhile, and capable, also known as self-esteem. Add in the optimism that comes when you are certain of your abilities and then empowered by this. Act courageously to face challenges head-on. This is confidence. It turns thoughts into actions. So, where does this confidence even come from? There are several factors that impact confidence. First is what you're born with, such as your genes, which will impact things like the balance of neurochemicals in your brain. Second is how you treat it. This includes the social pressure of your environment. And the third, you have control over the choices you make, the risk you take, and how you think about the response to challenges and setbacks. It is not possible to completely untangle these 3 factors, but the personal choices we make certainly play the major role in confidence development. So, by keeping in mind a few practical tips, we do actually have the power to cultivate our own confidence. Tip number 1, a quick fix. There are few tricks that can give you an immediate confidence boost in the short term. Picture your success when you are beginning a difficult task. Something as simple as listening to music with a deep bass. It can promote feelings of power. You can even strike a power pose or give yourself a pep talk. Tip number 2, believe in your ability to improve. If you're looking for a long-term change, consider the way you think about your abilities and talents. Do you think they are fixed at birth? Or that they can be built like a muscle? These beliefs matter because they can influence you to act when you're faced with setbacks. If you ever have a fixed mindset, meaning that you think your talents are locked in place, you might give up assuming you have discovered something you're not very good at. But if you have a growth mindset and think your abilities can improve, a challenge is an opportunity to learn and grow. Neuroscience support the growth mindset. The connections in your brain do get stronger and grow with the study and practices. People who have a growth mindset are more successful, getting better grades, and doing better in face challenges. Tip number 3, practice failure. Face it, if you are going to fail sometimes, everyone does. J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 different publishers before one picked the Harry Potter. Other thing, have you heard about Softronics? Probably not, but have you heard of Infosys? Who hasn't, am I right? Well, both these companies have one thing in common, Narayan Murthy. Softronics was the first venture which failed within a year and a half of its commencement. But he didn't give up. He worked for Patni Computer Systems for 5 years and then set up Infosys with some other tycoons. Today, Narayan, the father of the Indian IT sector, is listed as one of the 12 greatest entrepreneurs of our time by Fortune magazine. Study shows that those who fail regularly keep trying a new way, better equipped to respond to challenges and setbacks in a constructive way. They learn how to try different strategies, ask others for the advice, and preserve. So, think of a challenge you want to take on. Realize it's not going to be easy. Accept that you make mistakes. And be kind to yourself when you do. Give yourself a good pep talk. Stand up and go for it. The excitement you will feel knowing that whatever the result, you will have gained greater knowledge and understanding. And this is confidence. Thank you so much all for listening this podcast. This is Prajakta Patil signing off. Bye bye.